Tui now from the Union Leader for the next question.
Thank you. Senator Shaheen, the school shooting in Newtown renewed the calls for gun control. Short of revisiting the Second Amendment, what sort of proposal would you support that would possibly have stopped that tragedy?
Well, I'm really glad to hear this question. It was a terrible tragedy, and we need to address the challenges that towns are facing because of gun violence. I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment. It's been important to the state's hunting and sports tradition, but I think we've got to keep guns out of the hands of convicted felons, out of people who are mentally ill. Now, my opponent, when he was in Massachusetts, said he supported an assault weapons ban. Then he touted his support from anti-gun advocate Mayor Bloomberg. But then when he came up to New Hampshire, he switched his position and says now he doesn't support an assault weapons ban. So I'm really interested in hearing what he has to say about this, because I think there are responsible measures that we can agree to if we work together. That's what I supported in the Senate.
Senator Brown, you've said you wouldn't propose any new legislation if you return to Washington, but could you support any new gun legislation whatsoever, like, for example, expanding criminal background checks for gun shows and internet sales, a proposal that Republicans, including John McCain, have supported in the past?
Well, I'm glad the senators talked about my Second Amendment position. As a gun owner, I take it very seriously. I signed on the dotted line at 19 years old to make sure that we had the ability to carry and bear arms. Senator Shaheen has an F rating on that very important issue. She's also agreed to sign on to a letter to the UN outsourcing our Second Amendment rights. When it comes to proposing any new legislation, that's correct. I'm not going to propose any legislation. And I've said to all the gun owners in our state that whatever proposal comes up, I'll be sure to hold a town meeting, make sure that we can get their input and guidance, and then move forward from there.
But would you support a background check for new gun sales?
Any proposal that comes up, first of all, I want to read the bill. I want to understand the bill, because I read everything. I understand them. I see how they affect our state, our country, our debt, and our deficit, and I vote. Unlike Senator Shaheen, who actually voted for Obamacare without reading it, I make sure that we do that. My door is always open on these issues. I'm going to make sure we hold a town hall to make sure that we can have input from the citizens who are most affected. I do agree with her, however, on the mental health issues in the felons, not having the ability to get their hands on weapons. And when, in fact, they're clear and their mental disability is addressed, then they have the ability to get off any list to have their access to their firearms.
Senator Shaheen, take 30 seconds, move on, please.
Well, he talks about UN legislation. That's just a bogus issue. That won't affect gun rights. People in New Hampshire know me. When I was governor, I didn't try and take their guns away. But he also talks about how he reads every piece of legislation. Well, apparently he didn't read the bill that would have closed the loopholes that reward companies for outsourcing, because when we debated the last time, he said he had never voted for that bill. Well, in fact, he voted for it. It was Senate Bill 3816. He voted for it on September 28, 2010.
All right, so I want to get to a topic that we touched on a little bit earlier